Welcome back to the channel. It's early doors here at Twin Oaks Golf Course. Be sure before we get going to hit subscribe and hit that notification button. This is a bonus edition. I'm springing these up left, right and center, and I don't want you to miss the action. This week's video is going to be all about strategy on a golf course. I told you I'd bring these vids outside to where we can learn from the equipment we've got and the mistakes we might have made that aren't helping us improve as golfers. To help me through this video, I have the SkyCaddie. This thing is an absolute game changer. You're looking at GPS mapping that's gone round every single perimeter of the fairway. It's gone to the traps, it's gone to any of the hazards. What you get from this is a lot more than your laser. You're going to get countless numbers that are going to help you improve. But like all things, this product is only great if you know what you're doing. So let's use it in today's video to help us play this par 5 number 16 here at Twin Oaks Golf Course. So we're at the tournament box here at number 16. First thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to align up the TP5X logo that goes through the middle of the golf ball to where I want my path to be. If you look at the SkyCaddie, it has Intellipath on here, which is when I take the device, taken from the exact location I'm at. So I've mentioned them on the tournament box. It's all the way back here. There's a trap out there. How far is it? Well, you're looking at, and if you double tap on the screen, you can zoom in. You're looking at, to get to the back edge of it, 300. To get to the front of it, 267 from here. I can tell you now with this cold morning, that is going to be a hell of a rip. Chances are we're not going to reach it. But having all of this detail and knowing that it's 265 from the front, 300 to get by it, I've got 209 to the front of the fairway. The Intellipath gives me the confidence that I can stand here, let fly, knowing that if I hit a little pull, it'll do well to get into the front edge of the bunker. But you can also look at landing zones. You can come to the right of that and you can see again that a great hit, 265, still leaves me with 328 into the hole. So already my strategy is this is going to be a 3-shot hole. I shouldn't be too concerned about left or right. At this stage of any stereotypical round of golf, if this is your 16th hole, you're going to be nice and loose, you're going to be able to let fly. So generally for me, that means I'm not worried about huge misses at this point, but you still want a process. And we stand back there like you guys are at, giving me the distances, giving me target lines, showing me an illustration of the hole. It's all been mapped, like I say. I love it when you have a silhouette here of the mountainside and you've got something that takes you away from being tight in this space. That peak of the mountain meets the other one. Aim small, miss small. Take your practice swings back here behind the golf ball. You don't see an artist going up to the actual painting and mixing his paints here. You always come back here to get a better view. Then it's into the golf shot and make your aim point closer to you. That way, as you've seen in other videos that I've done about alignment, we can now have an intermediate target. So for me, and not that you can do this, but to illustrate, I might put something there, pick a group of leaves on the floor. I'm going to power this through the leaves and send the path of my TP5X golf ball slightly right of it. See if we can hit a little draw just off that bush. Okay, that's going to play, not directly where I wanted it, down the right side of the fairway, not the best strike. It's a 3-shot hole anyway, so let's go take a look, work out what we can get from all the details of the SkyCaddie. So we did a pretty good drive from the tee, like I told you. We're down the right side. You can see this has rolled down into this section. Not as bad as I thought. I'm now 259 from here to my aim point. That's going to leave me with 76 in. The Intellipath goes through and gives that it's 295 to run out in line with that bunker. Now, one of the cool things about the SkyCaddie is you can mark a shot. So I could have marked my tee shot, walked down here, and then calculated how far this tee ball had gone. Why do you want to know that? One, it's great to know how far you hit your golf clubs. Two, imagine I'd hit this 25 yards right into there, or we'd pulled it down the left side and that was thick rough. We'd now be at the yardage the more information I capture about marking the golf shot. So now I could work in a semicircular position to find my ball. So that's going to help me with pace of play too, if I mark the shots. Before we carry on, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification if you like what you're seeing. Now let's get back on with the strategy of playing this hole. The target I like as a player is that tree that's out on the left. So if I use the Intellipath to get me to the tree, I can then base it off my yardage, can't I? How far do I like to hit my wedges? Again, if you've got this device and you've marked your wedges, you can have a picture as to how far you hit them. Cooler morning like this, I'd be comfortable with 100 yards. That would be my 56. I've got that from my full swing testing. I've got it from working with devices at the Kingdom. But for you, the golfer, how are you tracking your yardages? This can do it. So it's going to help you in that sense. I'm probably going to hit a 4 that will put me maybe back to, I would expect 120, and I'll sacrifice that bit of yardage just because it's early in the morning, just because we're off a slight down bank. I don't want to hit the 3 and put myself under too much heat. So I'm going to go back with my Intellipath at that tree we can see with a nice 4 iron. You can see them here, dew lines that go all the way. That's going to be my aim point. Same thing applies. Aim small, miss small. So you're laying up, be sure, put a layup swing on it. No need to blast this down the left side. A layup's a layup. Alignment's good, intermediate target's good. Just cruise. It's pretty good. Let's check it out as to how close to those dew marks I got it. So we got our yardage, we're in between the cart lines, the 205 with the 4 iron. Now we can mark another shot here when we choose what we're gonna do. But again, remember, this is mapped on foot. It's giving me a lot more details than your laser. You definitely wouldn't have been able to have laid up and had that information to help you as a golfer. The information as a player is going to ensure that you have the comfort to hit the golf shot. On this next golf shot, well, what information do I have? That's where this Intelligreen comes in. This thing is ridiculous. So it tells me straight out the gate from exactly where I'm stood. 113 to the front, 140 to the back. I can move the flag position, and if I had pins, I can input pins before if it's tournament play. Yes, you can use this in tournament play. It's used on the Legends Tour out in Europe. It's used around the world. It's effectively like having a tour caddy, but in your hand. So by moving that pin position to the front, which is what it looks like here for me, now it's giving me a dynamic distance to the front and a dynamic distance to the back. What I mean is if I walked over there into the rough, these numbers are going to change. It's also telling me I've got distance from the flag to the left, to the right, to the front, how far beyond it. You can see that there's a contour in the green. So the Intelligreen gives you a mountain of information. Now, if I zoom out, you can then see what danger is around the green. I can tell you that it's 114 to miss the trap on the left. If the flag was on the left, that might be an issue. I've got my north marker on here. Again, I can figure out orientation for wind direction. It's flat calm today, but it's information that you have to take on board if you want to improve. Why would you guess what you can measure? I'm left with 121 to the flag here. Get your routine dialed, get your numbers. 120 at this time of the day is probably going to be a nice pitching wedge. Grab my wedge. For me, in the pitching wedge area, I go with the P7 MC. If I've used mill grind 3 before in a 47, I think, gave me a bit too much spin and would come up a bit shorter. For this golf shot, at that 116 now to the flag to give me that confirmed number, I know that this is plenty. The more loft you've got on the blade, the more backspin you impart on the golf ball, the more backspin you put on it, the less likely it is to move and drift. But do look out for swing wise, club wise, your lie angle, because obviously the ball's a little bit below my feet, so this lie, the heel might dig in a little and just pull it left. It's a green light golf shot, but it's one that you just want to know where the misses are. Plumb down the marker, no spin because the greens are soft, perfect yardage. I would give that shot out the whole way we've played the hole. I'd mark that 10 out of 10. In your pocket, you can walk up there. We're gonna mark the yardage, so we're gonna know it. That's gonna get stored. The more you can get this happy, the better golf shots you can hit. All right, par. Thanks, mate. Cheers. So there you have it, bit of a weak putt at the end, but you could at least see with that dew on the ground, again, it's giving you an insight as to what the break's doing. What did you get wrong? All information that's important to you. These things are mint, and I look forward to bringing you a lot more content that's captured around this or using this to help us all as golfers.